Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media, and I'm just going to play this first clip because I'll play it, you can see what gets said, and then I'm going to tell you what has been said about the clip, right? So here's Becky.
It's WrestleMania season, isn't it? You know, look, I'm not wrestling anymore. Maybe one day, but not right now. Oh, thank you very much. But my husband is.
That's it. That's the clip, right? And that has prompted people to say Becky's retired. Fans are shocked at Becky revelation and stuff like that. Like, basically, she's doing an improv comedy show and she's performing for the audience. And I think at that bit there, she was trying to get a bit of sympathy from the audience. Like, I'm not wrestling anymore, you know, and you could see she was trying to get the, what? Oh, and she's like, well, maybe one day. So I just sort of feel like it was part of her show. And then she very quickly moves on to how Seth is going to be at WrestleMania. So, I mean, really, I do not read anything into that. I do not take that as Becky announcing her retirement, right? I don't take that she's done with wrestling. But believe it or not, these stories were everywhere yesterday. This was a big, big talking point. And when you see the actual clip that, like, generated it all, it's kind of really surprising. It's really surprising, like, how much this kind of got blown out of proportion. So, yeah, for me, that's it. I mean, I think there's a chance we could see her at WrestleMania. If not, then maybe we see her on the Raw after WrestleMania. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be that long. There's no word that she's done or she's, you know, calling it quits. She was rumored to be part of that Netflix Raw premiere. She was obviously part of the promotional material for that as well. She actually came back to help promote that. And then she wasn't on the show. Word on the street was she was like replaced by Undertaker. And then she's been doing some filming. So, listen, I expect to see her back probably sooner rather than later. So, wanted to start with that because genuinely that was the big talking point yesterday. Okay, Rajput, shout out to you. This is the latest on the WrestleMania stage. Certainly looks bigger than the stage that we had last year. You can see that it's got much more height to it. Obviously, when we actually add other elements, it might kind of really cut things down. Don't know if they're going to add any more flooring or anything. Maybe not. Maybe that is everything. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this ends up being. I think there are some thoughts as to what this is actually going to look like when it's finished later in this video. This is interesting. OTC, shout out to you. So New Japan have posted that little clip of The Rock on their Instagram. Now, obviously, this is really interesting because if there is a partnership or something here, that is massive news. This is the biggest wrestling promotion in Japan. So if WWE and New Japan are working together, huge, right? I don't know if The Rock hasn't just wore that to kind of get people talking. I sort of feel like something is being teased. He's smart enough to know that if he wears that shirt, people are going to talk about it. And now New Japan are posting it on their Instagram. So, yeah, this really has got a lot of people's attention. Okay, Rhea Ripley was at UFC. She got gifted this box, and inside there's like a cap, there's cards. She gets like a jacket. She gets a jersey. They just give her lots of little bits. But she was actually at UFC 314 last night in Miami, and she was shown in the crowds. She was there supporting Volkanovski, but there we go. They just gave her a few gifts. Okay, here's that stage, right? So erase your mind. Shout out to you. So P1 Rich said, I can already see them creating the graphic roof of Fremont Street underneath the platform for the entrances and then putting the MGM lion statue with the Mania logo overhead. So this doesn't mean anything to me, right? But we've got some pictures, thankfully. So if we actually go full screen, we should be able to take a look and see if we can work out maybe what they are working towards. So I didn't even think about that. I actually thought the top of the stage like was this, and that the wrestlers would come here and then there'd be a ramp. I didn't even really think about they might emerge under it, you know? I didn't really think about that, to be honest. Yeah, perhaps they are doing it that way. Perhaps that isn't what they stand on. Perhaps they're going to come out down here. I just presume they would walk out here and there'd be like a big ramp because we have seen that before. We've done that many times at WrestleMania. But it seems like this person is under the impression we might be recreating this, maybe. And maybe that is going to be this bit. Maybe that's what we're doing here. And let's have a look at what the next thing is. Maybe that is going to go all the way down to the ring. Could it be that that is going to continue down to the... I don't know. I don't know what they're seeing, to be honest. I can sort of see this one. I get that. I could sort of see that. I'm struggling a bit with this one. I mean, if the wrestlers are going to walk underneath something like this and head to the ring, that's going to really affect people's sight of the wrestlers, isn't it? Isn't that going to affect, like, the sight lines and what people can see in the actual stadium? So, I don't know, I'm a bit confused over this. Maybe, listen, some interesting theories doing the rounds in regards to that stage. And that is everything in the WWE folder, I believe. Oh, no, that was everything there, was it? Let's go up. Let's have a look. What are we dealing with? We got that. Right. WWE officials were pleased with the very stiff segment between Charlotte and Tiffany. So this brawl outside and the stuff around the ring, I think WWE are very pleased with how they came across and how they actually looked. There was a few people that were kind of thinking that it could have been genuine. I never felt it was genuine. I kind of felt like it was all a work, but I thought it was done very, very well. And genuinely, one of the matches I'm most excited for WrestleMania. Right, this is really interesting. Yeah, Edward said this is interesting. It's a good watch. So check this out. This is Triple H on the High Performance podcast.
Went to John and said, what if we pulled the lever that no one wanted to ever pull and we turn you heel? Because to me, it sort of felt like if you never do it, like we kind of just left that dangling there. And then to me, it's, okay, so now we get to write for this guy that's been this ultimate good guy for 20 plus years. We get to turn him bad. And how does that look? And what does that look? And so in the first conversation we had about it on the phone, John is very great with pitches. He sort of lets you get all the way to the end. He doesn't say much. He just listens. And then when you get all the way to the end, he was like, wow.
And what are you pitching on a call like that?
Turning him. Exactly what happened.
What will happen fight to fight, event to event?
No, but exactly.
Rumors were, that it was actually The Rock that wanted to turn him. So this is very interesting, kind of listening to this, to be honest.
What happened at Elimination Chamber, right? Which is, and then what if, Cody is being asked, sell out to me and all that stuff. And Cody says no, and you're there, and it looks like you're supporting Cody. Good for you, telling The Rock to go F himself and all that stuff. And then the unthinkable happens, and you look at Rock, and Rock looks at you, and you kick him in the nuts, and you beat the dog shit out of him and just leave him laying there, and you turn heel. You sell out. Because in your mind, and I always feel like this, like bad guys have to be justified in the why. Doesn't have to, it has to make sense. And it can be skewed to like, well, that makes sense. I don't agree with that. I think he's wrong. I don't agree with it. But I see how he could think that, right? So, in John's mind, for 20 plus years now, I've done everything the right way. Yet you've told me I suck. Yet you've booed me. Yet you've said I'm Super Cena. I can't wrestle. I only have 5 moves. I that. Like all the things that he's overcome for 25 years. So when we go through that and John and I talk about it, and John is like, wow, I didn't think that's where you were going to go with this. That's bold, but I fucking love it. And he was like, I love it because I could be safe and I could be easy and I could come in and I could phone this in and just do my greatest hits and move on. Or I can be challenged. This is challenging to me. This is a juicy role. Like, this is me now. Like, how do I make these people hate me?
Wow, I really do want to see the rest of that. To be honest, not anything there that we didn't know by the looks of it, but very captivating. I didn't actually want that to end then. I wanted to see what else he had to say about that. So that's the High Performance podcast. I would definitely recommend checking that out. Wrestle Night, thank you. So here we've got, I think, a Rhea Ripley interview. The story is getting spicy. I know a lot of people online don't realize what's going on because they hate me or whatever. People are going to feel whatever way they feel. I'm not going to argue with 16-year-olds on the internet, but that's the story. And I mean, going into WrestleMania, I feel like, yes, I'm going to be focused on Bianca because she screwed me out of the opportunity twice now. I wanted to be part of the spotlight and taking that away from me when she knows what this opportunity meant to me. So that is Rhea talking about the builds to WrestleMania. And I don't know. I mean, it's not really her, is it? It's not. I don't think it's anyone that's hating on her, although I'm sure she does see that. I just think that it's lacked kind of really big OMG moments. And, been a few silly moments like Bianca being made special guest ref when we all knew that was going to result in what it resulted in. And so it's not a very shocking road to WrestleMania, and it is what it is. I certainly don't think it's hate on not all of us hate Rhea says WrestleMania. I agree. I can imagine though that she sees that when she goes through her notifications. There's probably a lot of people that tag her that don't like her, and so she sees that and that stays with her. But I don't think that's the problem with the wider wrestling community. I just think some of these WrestleMania matches have had pretty underwhelming builds, and the WrestleMania build as a whole has been sort of criticized. But I'm excited. We got a week to go, and honestly, WrestleMania is always WrestleMania. And by the time we get to next weekend, who cares about the builds? It's time to then focus on the show that we've actually got. Right, that was WWE. Let's go over to Wyatt's, shall we? So we got this. Again, you know me. I'm not going to read into it. Wrestle Night said first we got a 12. Now we've got a 16. So there we go. We've got a 16 now. I mean, look, I feel like this could be leading to something. And there are people that are kind of putting in a little bit of work to try and work it out. It absolutely could be leading something and teasing something, but I am just waiting for the Wyatt 6 account more so. I will keep bringing you these, and if people want to kind of see if they can dig into them, then, absolutely feel free. That's what they're there for. But for me, I am just waiting. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to be at WrestleMania, if we're going to see them after WrestleMania, and really if the official account actually puts anything out. So, because Joe Gacy has put things out before and teased things before, and so has Nikki Cross, and nothing has ever come of them. So, I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away, too invested, and then disappointed. So, I'm kind of keeping a healthy distance. SlamX said first a 12, now a 16. All Game 17, shout out to you. Yeah, so major Alexa Bliss update. Let's have a little look at this, shall we? So, down here, a new report from Fightful Select finally reveals where Alexa has been since making her return. According to Fightful, Bliss was scheduled to be creatively involved with the Wyatt Six. However, because of an injury to Bo Dallas, the faction was pulled off television, which stunted her plans. The report states that because creative is already set for WrestleMania, the return of the Wyatts and Bliss will have to wait until or after the event in Las Vegas. So it could be that they make an appearance at WrestleMania. If not, then we've got to just wait a little bit after WrestleMania. After a 2-year hiatus, Bliss returned to WWE as a surprise entrant in the Women's Royal Rumble. I mean, it's a bit crazy to bring her back and really not have anything planned. I mean, they've brought her back, used her in the chamber, and that is it. They did not set anything up. But then saying that if Bayley and Lyra being a tag team for some reason has been a long-term plan, then I suppose there just is no place for Alexa and Nikki. I mean, could you not have turned that into a triple threat? But then people do criticize how many multi-person matches we already have. So I don't know. It's one of those. The card is what the card is. And sadly, there was just no room on there for Alexa. So if we come off that, go over here, that was the Wyatt's folder. If we go into Chelsea, this is really fun. Do you know what? I genuinely did wonder this at first, but then the way that she reacted and the way the segment went, I sort of dismissed it. And I was like, no, I think it was meant to go that way. But I'll show you the clip. There is real confusion when the ref counts Chelsea out. And so here, Parker Tiffy time, this coming from Wrestle Talk 13 hours ago, the count-out finish to Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega on SmackDown was a shoot. It was not supposed to happen. The referee had to call the finish as a shoot when he was counting, and he got to 10. And Chelsea didn't realize, and she hadn't got back in the ring. The match was meant to go several minutes longer. Vega was still winning, though. That coming from PW Insider. So Zelina Vega was still going to win. So it still went the way it was meant to go, but it was meant to go for another 7 minutes or so. So All Game 17, shout out to you. So this is the moment here. Look, there she is on the outside. He counts the 10. Bell rings. And then look at this. This moment right now, this is genuine shock that this is not meant to have happened. So that bit there is her finding out, no, you've actually just been counted out. You've actually just been counted out. I think she was talking to Joe and Wade on commentary, and they distracted her and she didn't get back in the ring in time. So Davy Jones, shout out to you. So Joe Tessitore is officially being investigated by Chelsea Green and her legal team. So check this out, right? So Stu Bennett said you need to investigate Joe. He was a major distraction at ringside, incredibly unprofessional. Chelsea said I always knew he was against me, but I didn't know what lengths he would go to see me lose. Horrific behavior. I'm going to have my lawyer look into him as well. So she's going to get her lawyer to look into Joe because she blames Joe for distracting her. But her lawyer has actually written this. So here she tagged Fightful. She said, spread the word, right? And Fightful did, right? So basically she's got Luca Crucifino from NXT to actually put this appeal in place. So she is appealing the decision that went down. You got to remember that decision was not meant to happen. So basically, Chelsea is having some fun with this now, yeah? And she is actually now going to appeal that decision. So this is brilliant. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And that's what she's doing. She was in a, got counted out. She wasn't meant to, but she's actually trying to create something out of it. I think that's great. I really think that's great. So I can't wait to see kind of what's next with all of this. So there we go. That is the Chelsea situation. Okay, I think we've kind of covered most stuff. We got a couple of things in the fun folder. So here, look, we got Triple H looking after Penta and Phoenix. Love you guys. Dragon Lee struggling a little bit. Andrade. So King Yeet newsletter, shout out to you. Yeah, it does sort of feel that way. And we got some new merch. So Roman Reigns, SCN. So here's Paul Heyman. 11 hours ago, said just in time for WrestleMania. The original Tribal Chief OTC. Available now. Brand new Roman Reigns shirt. So check that out. New merch. And they've got Roman model in it as well. And that coming from Paul Heyman's accounts. Looks good, doesn't it? That's good. Looks good. The original Tribal Chief. Okay, if we go over to other, Ryder said this is a great read from a Stephanie interview. So Ryder, shout out to you. So basically, Stephanie from NXT was interviewed, and she said that she was talking to WWE, and then AEW gave her an offer, and it was more money. She went to WWE, and they were like, we can't match that. We want to wish you all the best with AEW. We just can't match that. She walked away and apparently burst into tears. And that's when she knew that WWE was her dream and that WWE is where she wanted to be. And so she took the WWE offer, even though AEW offered more. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing. AEW really tried to get Stephanie. She turned them down. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. So Kaden Carter shows her frustration with the booking of the Gauntlet match. So let's have a look and see what's being said here. You've got a tag team of this level of talent and you decide to eliminate them just like that in 2 minutes. This Gauntlet is damn lazy. And she's actually reposted that. Here, another one. We could have progressed the IC title story without doing this. Kaden and Katana put the work in and deserve the spot. She tweeted that out as well. Kaden and Katana clear every other women's team. It's so sad how Kaden and Katana are treated. They always have the best performances in every match they have, and she reposted those. And then there, look, little sad face. These two were the only real tag team in that whole gauntlet. They lost an opportunity at WrestleMania for a tag team that was formed in a week. I mean, I really like Kaden and Katana. I do feel sorry for them. I do sort of get it as well, though, because it's hard to leave Bayley off of the WrestleMania card. You can obviously make the argument we should have found somewhere else for Bayley. You can certainly make the argument we should have found somewhere else for Lyra. But the bottom line is, I think the card is pretty stacked. We've already got loads of multi-person matches. I don't think they want to make the card longer. And so I think they've looked at it and gone, do you know what, Bayley, Lyra, we'll put them as a team. We'll put them up against Liv and Raquel. And honestly, it's probably Kaden and Katana that have just missed out. So I do feel sorry for them. I don't know that it's a great injustice. I think there's lots of great talent that's not made the card, for example. You know, there's no sign of Karrion Kross, for instance. There's no sign of Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, there's no sign of Sami Zayn. You can kind of go down a bit of a list of talent that have missed out. Sadly, there's only so many spots, but I do understand the frustration because we don't have many real women's tag teams. And so, you know, that spot really you would like to think would be theirs. But to be honest, I was sort of expecting it to turn out to be Alexa and Nikki. I kind of thought before we saw the graphic and watched the match, I kind of thought Alexa and Nikki were going to be in that spot anyway. So, I don't know. It's one of those. Right, yes, WrestleMania 9 on WWE Vault later today, Sunday. I only found out about this yesterday. Haven't had a chance to set the stream up at the time of recording this, but I am interested in doing this. This is a pretty rubbish WrestleMania, but it's actually really fun because it's a big toga party. And honestly, it's the first WrestleMania I watched, and I have got so many feelings about this. I really love this WrestleMania. It's got a soft spot in my heart. I can also recognize that it is not a great WrestleMania, but I am very interested in doing it. And I don't know that we've ever done a watch-along for WrestleMania 9. So, yeah, we will do that later. And then here, Wrestle Night. So who was that? That was Master Taker. Master Taker, thank you. And Wrestle Night said, this looks good. So The Rock said, as a little kid, every Saturday morning, I had 3 things to look forward to when I woke up. My afro, a bowl of Frosted Flakes, and Saturday morning cartoons. One of those 3 things are back. RoboForce. The show is inspired by the fun RoboForce toys of the 1980s. I need to find more partners to produce more 80s cartoons like this. All episodes are streaming free on Tubi now. So if this kind of looks like your sort of thing, if this is of interest to you, Saturday morning cartoons are back. So this has been produced by The Rock's production company. I mean, it looks all right, to be honest. It looks fun, yeah. I don't know if I'd be watching it now at this stage in my life, but it looks, as a kid, I'd flipping love it. So, and it looks, I mean, it looks really well done. So, yeah, that's come from The Rock and his production company. That's pretty fun. Right, let's go over. I think we're kind of on top of most things. So, community. So, Raymond, shout out to you, getting a like from Chelsea Green. Blake02 said, I just got these legend figures from Wrestling Shop. I really like this series, by the way. Some really great figures here. Hogan, that is like an OG Hogan when he was a heel in the late 70s. We've got the Iron Sheik. We've got WrestleMania 2 Andre. Jimmy Hart as well. Just brilliant. Legends. It's the right series, isn't it, for all of these? So, looking really good. Tony said, look at my collection now. So, we've got Nikki, we got Alexa, we got Dexter Loomis, we got Rowan. Very good. Very impressive. So, Tony, shout out to you. Muggsy said, I found this old gem at a 90s store today. And, of course, it was a must-grab. I actually did a toy hunt, right, earlier today. I went to a toy fair. They had a WWF cap that the guy claimed was from the early 90s. I had a little look at it. I couldn't find any labels inside. I don't really know if they would have any. And there was just a little doubt. I was like, I don't know if this is original or not. Not that it massively matters, but I would ideally prefer it to be original. He wanted £30 for it, which is not bad. It's not extortionate or anything like that, but I ended up leaving it. I'm kind of looking at this going, I should have picked up that cap, you know. It was blue and it had yellow on the sides and it had the old WWF logo on the front, and it said World Wrestling Federation. And I was like, oh my God, I should have bought it. I might go on eBay after this. And Jeffy, shout out to you, said, I was at SmackDown as well last... Oh my God, look at your belt. Dude, you've got the Hogan 86, and that is just beautiful. That is just beautiful. I need you to know that your belt is amazing. I hope you had an incredible time at SmackDown, and I've never seen Deadpool, but I've heard it's very good. So, Jeffy, shout out to you, buds. I hope you had a great time. And I think that's everything, to be honest. That's my WrestleMania folder for the predictions. If you've not seen that, check those out on the channel. I'm gonna do the thanks, run away, try to set up that WrestleMania 9 stream, try and get some sleep as well. I've not slept since the UFC stream, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep, and then obviously get up and we'll be doing that WrestleMania 9 watch along. Okay, Big Bam, thank you, my friend. Babs the Barbarian, thank you. Prain User Sports, shout out to you. King Yeet Newsletter, thank you. Larry, shout out to you. Las Vegas Mats, thank you, my friend. Jang Tae Sang, appreciate it. Sweet Chin Wrestling, thank you, my friend. Little bit of a fan, thank you. Patrick Smith, shout out to you. Claire Webb, shout out to you. Parker Tiffy Time, thank you, my friend. Da Boomer, thank you, bud. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you, my friend. Wild Child Billy, shout out to you. Thank you. Robin, appreciate it. Edward, thank you, my friend. Brady, tagging me in that, appreciate it. All Game 17, thank you, my friend. CM Chunk, thank you, bud. Tony, thank you as always. Bradley, thank you, my friend. Real Wrestling Fan, thank you. Huddle Talk, shout out to you, thank you. And Raymond, shout out to you as well. Something went wrong. What went wrong? Nothing went wrong. Nothing ever goes wrong when it comes to Unseen. Right, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it as always. I'll see you later on. Bye for now.